Yo, what is up, guys? Alright, so it's been a few days since I last uploaded, and today I have another special video out for you today. I will be talking about the top 10 coasters that I think have potential to become my number one. Now, the question is, do I think any of these will? I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but we're just going to get right into this crazy list. So coming in at number 10 actually isn't even out yet. It's coming out this year. It is Hyperion coming to Energylandia. This is that mega hypercoaster that is going to be huge. And why do I think this could be my number one? Well, because it's humongous. The drop looks insane. The airtime looks phenomenal. I mean, it's practically a hybrid between Skyrush and an overly large B&M Hyper almost. So it looks really good. I think it's going to be very intense. I think it's going to give a good airtime. The drop looks great, and it just looks like an overall fun ride. I can't wait for this thing. Alright, coming in at the number 9 spot, this thing just looks like straight up fun to me. This is T-Express at Everland. This coaster gets talked about a lot. It's well known for being called a hybrid between El Toro and Balder, because it's got that first half with like the huge airtime moments and intensity, and then you have the second half, which is like small turns and airtime hills like Balder does, but it is really long. I think it's one of the longest coasters in the world. The airtime looks great. It's really smooth looking, and that drop just looks absolutely incredible. I really think this could be my number one, to be honest. Number 8 is a lot of people's number ones, and I can really see why. This is Expedition GeForce at Holiday Park. Yes, Holiday Park in Germany. Wow. This coaster looks absolutely insane. The drop looks great. The airtime looks great. It's long. It's got good turns. The drop looks amazing. I'm just really loving this coaster. I cannot wait to experience it. I mean, it almost looks like a hybrid between a Giga Coaster and an Intamin Blitz, sort of. But the turns and the airtime just looks amazing. Number 7, the reason I think this could be my number one is because it's basically a mini i305. It's Maverick at Cedar Point. Like I said, it's basically a mini i305. Because, it's got that drop. It has, like, a near same color scheme, the same restraints. The bank turns are crazy. I think they designed i305 to be a hybrid between Maverick and Millennium Force. It just looks crazy. I mean, I cannot wait to experience that launch. There's 2 of them, actually. The turns are great. The inversions looks fun. The airtime looks strong. It could be my favorite coaster. Number 6 looks like one of the most fun wooden coasters out there. This is Wildfire at Kolmarden. Built in 2016, this thing looks legendary. I think it has potential to be the best RMC, but Lightning Rod looks like a challenger. It just looks so much fun. The drop's really unique. It's an extremely long ride. Theming-wise, it looks cool. There's some good airtime. That 0G stall looks legendary. I think it could be as good as Goliath's. And it's just long with a lot of great turns, inversions, airtime. I mean, what more could you ask for on a coaster? Alright, so now we're down to the top 5, and number 5 is a great one. This is Lightning Rod at Dollywood. I think this could become my number one because of how intense it is. The launch I heard was crazy. I just hear so many good things about this ride, and it's huge. It's a really big ride, and it's probably one of the most intense coasters out there. I do think this has potential to be my number one, but I don't know. It's going to be tough because the quad down, that looks absolutely mental, and all of the turns and crazy twists are just absolutely insane. I love this thing. Number 4 is one that I recently fell in love with. This thing just looks crazy. It's a DC Rivals Hypercoaster at Warner Brothers Movie World. This just came out in 2017, and it is by far the best coaster of 2017. No, I think it's barely even a hypercoaster, but it still looks great. The drop looks amazing. I love those kind of drops on coasters. It almost has an Expedition GeForce kind of vibe. The non-inverting loop looks like maybe the best part of the ride. You can ride this thing backwards, so just imagine backwards airtime, getting whipped through the non-inverting loop backwards. It looks awesome. Down to the top 3. Number 3 is one of the best woodies in my opinion. This is the Voyage at Holiday World. I think this could easily become my number one. Well, I wouldn't say easily, but I say it has a very high potential. Just because of how long it is. It has, pretty much everything you want in a coaster. A cool drop. It's extremely long. The turns are great. It's intense. Some very good ejector. This thing has more airtime than any other coaster on the planet, so that's a reason why it could become my number one. And I just think this overall looks like one of the best woodies in existence, and that airtime is just insane. Number 2 is actually a coaster I will be riding hopefully in about a month now. This is Skyrush at Hershey Park. I think this has very high potential to become my number 1 because it is very similar to I-305 if you think about it. I mean, it's extremely intense. It has that big airtime hill, the turns. I mean, it is a shorter ride, but it is about 210 feet and it goes 75 miles per hour. So it's going to be very intense and the airtime is going to be super strong. The only things that kill it, though, are the restraints. That's my only problem with this thing. But overall, Skyrush is going to be an amazing ride. I think it could be my number 1. Now, coming in at number 1 is my good buddy Coaster Watch's favorite coaster he's ridden. I think this one has extremely high potential. I think this could easily be my favorite coaster and the best in the world. It's El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, the reasoning behind this is because of the crazy drop, the extremely powerful ejector airtime. You're going to get some crazy twists. It is absolute insanity. When I think of crazy roller coasters that are intense with great airtime, I think of El Toro. That's probably the first one that comes to my head. This thing looks legendary. I can't wait to experience it. And I want you guys to tell me if it is really as good as people say. And if it is, well, great. Maybe it'll become my number 1. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Post your comments down in the section below. What coasters do you think could become your number 1? Or what is your number 1 coaster? And I'm sorry, guys. I sound a little weird. I'm kind of sick. I have a cold right now. And a little update. I'm going to be changing... I'm actually going to be changing my uploading schedule. I'm going to be doing one video every 2 to 3 days now. I used to do it like every day or even like 2 videos per day, but it's going to change a little bit now. I want to do a better little pacing. Hopefully this won't bother you guys. If it does, we can change it up. I want you guys to tell me, what do you think about a new schedule, or how should I upload? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, coaster fans, I will see you later.